Let's go, let's go.
12 months ago, the directors of these small companies were only contemplating new ventures for their business. Now they are on the threshold of launching their own products into new and existing markets. This short DVD will highlight how they evaluated their ideas and pursued them to a commercial reality with the assistance of design consultants and business advisors.
There are many small businesses out there with great ideas, but few can realise them alone. The Winnovate programme recognised this and set out to demonstrate to small businesses that they too can realise their ideas through good design and good marketing practices. You don't have to be IBM or Apple computers to do this. Anyone can use them. We worked with very small companies in rural areas who had some great ideas and guided them through the process.
There are several methods that can be used to keep your products ahead of the competition. Research and development, technology transfer, or design. For small businesses, the most accessible of these methods is design, but design alone is not enough. Good objective business advice, comprehensive market research, and a good marketing plan are essential elements to making any idea work.
To determine the business case for the idea, the process is broken down into 3 stages: design, develop, and support.
The aim of this stage was to turn the idea into a feasible concept, to a stage where you can see what it could look like. This would require external expertise who can listen to your idea, your market aspirations, your manufacturing capabilities, and synthesize this information into a potential design. The result of this exercise would be one or more design concepts visualized with a hand rendering or computer-aided rendering. Once a concept has been produced, the company is in a position to start adding figures to the business case. With the concept visualized, it is possible to get an idea of the production costs and gain some important market feedback.
Essentially, the support aspect is geared to compiling the business case for commitment to production. This stage is conducted throughout the development and covers all of the business aspects of the new product to ensure that what is being developed is market-driven. Initially, market research is undertaken to gauge customer feedback and to establish a detailed analysis of what competition exists. And when the product is ready for taking to market, a full marketing strategy is developed. This entails the establishment of a detailed costing and pricing structure, plus all the promotional activities such as tailoring the selling message, establishing the selling tours, exploring the different avenues to market, and establishing a brand identity.
DICE's technologies based in Crosshands, Carmarthenshire, install and service fire damper control systems. Phil Watts and Steve Hibbs realised an opportunity to introduce new technology to their systems. Through the introduction of a new type of processor, their product would be a new approach to the industry and would require a new way of presenting themselves in the market as technology leaders.
The new technology that we're using, we think that what this means for the industry is that they can have a more reliable system, a more robust system, and it's at a lower cost than any existing system that's on the market.
DICE's technologies recognise the need for a console design that would complement any new interior as well as communicate the sophistication of their technology. They approached SDA Studio in Cardiff with a brief to develop the new console unit.
The design brief is absolutely essential to get it correct, and with DICE's technologies, because they had the assistance of Winnovate to create the brief, we found it a very comprehensive brief. The design process for DICE's is very much along the lines as most projects that we do. It starts in the sketchbook with sketch ideas, and then it's developed through a series of processes. We're very keen to involve the client at all stages of the design process. So at the initial stages, we always produce a range of different concepts to enable the client to really feel involved in part of the decision-making process. The design process is broken into a number of small stages, from concept through to production, covering everything from design development, project engineering, through prototyping to the final product.
We undertook some market research to try and find out whether our original concept was exactly what the market was looking for. And what we found was that the majority of the customers were looking for something simpler and at a lower cost than our original ideas. So we adapted the design to meet that need.
Once the concepts are produced, we typically will convert the concept into something which is a computer-generated model. So that will involve all the sort of technical requirements, the way that the product goes together, including all the internal components and such like.
We also found out through talking to the customers in the market research that we would need to present as professional an image as possible, and so we decided to change the name and create a whole new corporate identity.
The business support exercise required for the new product launch was the responsibility of business advisors at Antur Teifi Business Services in Carmarthenshire.
You only have one opportunity to launch a new product, and at DICIS Technologies, they realized that they had to do it right. They recognized that they had a product with global potential and would need to present themselves as a new and innovative company with a 21st century product that puts distance between them and the competition. So Phil and Steve set about establishing an interface console that would sit on the wall of any prestigious building in the world and speak volumes for the company. Phil and Steve also undertook a customer focus exercise and were able to develop the product to fit precisely what the market needed. They created a new and distinct brand image and protected their intellectual property by registering the DICIS name and their logo as trademarks.
We found it really easy working with the designers. We had a lot of meetings and a lot of input into the final design, and they paid a lot of attention to the requirements that the end product was going to have.
Working with DICIS was a good experience. They had a very clear idea of what they wanted at the outset, but at the same time were very open to suggestions, and I think that provided for sort of a very good working relationship. They were clear in some respects, but they understood the value that design could bring to the project and were very sort of open to suggestions from us. It's not enough just to come up with a good idea. I think they have to do their market research. They have to see what their competitors are doing. They have to understand the market, understand distribution, understand sales. We can provide the design and development expertise, but we really rely on the company to provide the background information.
The new console means an awful lot to our business. We've ended up with a product that is truly, potentially a world-beating product rather than just an ordinary one. And we would expect that our growth over the next 3 years will be phenomenal. I think it would have been very difficult to have undertaken this project without Winnovate. I think we would have ended up with a far inferior product, and thanks to Winnovate, we've got a terrific product. We found the exercise to be fantastic value for money. The help that Winnovate gave us outside of the actual design brief was much appreciated.
Their console was the only visual indication of their product, and this had to be right. It had to look good in any environment, it had to function perfectly, and it had to reflect the sophistication of the new technology offered. SDA Studio recognised Steve and Phil's aspirations and worked closely with them to achieve this. This close collaboration is vital for successful product development.
Antur Healthcare, based in Whitland, Carmarthenshire, was facing supplier problems and recognised the need to make the move from being a distributor to a manufacturer. Not only did Antur want to develop their own product, but realised the move would be an opportunity to diversify into new markets.
Antur Healthcare is a spin-off company of Notions Medical. Notions Medical was involved in the importing and distribution of sinus and nasal care products, but I felt that the imported products weren't appealing to the user, to patients or to new customers, and in order to grow, so I formed Antur Healthcare Limited to develop a new nasal douche or nasal cleansing device, which is the nasal spa. I thought it would be good to have a more consumer appealing product. So the markets we're going to aim at are the ear, nose and throat markets, so which is the main ones where people suffer from sinus or nasal problems. And then the other market is the personal nasal care or healthcare market, health and beauty market. Having undertaken the overall concept of starting to manufacture, we could in the long run cut the cost of importing the products.
The 3D branding exercise required for the new product launch was the responsibility of graphic and product designers at the National Centre for Product Design and Development Research in the University of Wales Institute, Cardiff.
The nuclear healthcare brief was an excellent one. It was quite challenging, and it was challenging on a number of aspects. Really, there was some functional attributes there were some engineering difficulties that had to be overcome. But the real challenge on this was the creation of a brand that would really work for this product, that would be acceptable and that would push this through a very noisy marketplace to allow people to trial it and to buy it, who perhaps never experienced the product before. I think John rightly had some concerns, as anybody who had never done product development before, concerns about the way that about the whole creative process and the way that that's managed. But what was very good about Nico was they had a very clear vision. And being able to articulate that vision is part of our job, and his focus on the end goals made sure the project ran very well.
I was very pleased with the initial design the designer had provided to us. The overall new product looked cleaner, more appealing as well. They've provided a very stunning looking product, I'd say. Yeah.
Working with Nico was, I guess, like many other companies we work with, it was a combination of really good fun and hard work.
Well, it was interesting for me to learn about the materials and what have you. I have given the design brief what I wanted to achieve, and PDR obviously have done a great job in translating my design brief into what I wanted. So yes, it's been a great experience.
The business support exercise required for the new product launch was the responsibility of business advisors at Antur Teifi Business Services.
Having been selling nasal douches for some years, John was able to gain a good insight into the deficiencies in the products currently available in the marketplace, and use this as a platform to develop a product that is both functional and aesthetically pleasing. To take full advantage of the high quality product that the company had developed, John created a new brand identity, not only for the company, but also for the product, and called it the Nasal Spa. The intellectual property has been protected, and both the Naker Healthcare and Nasal Spa names have been registered as trademarks. The company has followed this up by developing a full marketing plan, and are now equipped with a high quality, well-designed product and the carefully structured means with which to take it to market.
Well, I benefited greatly because they provided workshops, but they also helped with the marketing strategy, the setting up of the business plan, the branding, etc., and the financial side as well. If a small company is considering getting involved with a design consultancy or embarking on a new project or developing a new product, I would say they should go ahead and do it as soon as they can. Make sure that they've got the correct design consultancy.
Companies that are looking to undertake design really for the first time, the advice I give them would be to find a partner fundamentally that they can trust. Communication is key, so what I'd be looking for is people who are you can build a rapport with, who you believe can do the job, and have very visible systems in place as well. So you keep control at all times as the client. So you want something that's stage-gated, something that's little steps, you want the costs up front wherever you can, and you want to be able to have clear, concise communications all the time, all the way through. You never want to feel like you're not part of that process. I guess the other key part of advice as well is to make as many decisions as you can at the front of the project, or near the front as you can, and then stick with them if they're the right thing to do. If you start messing around and moving decisions to the back end of the project, that's when it starts costing money and then everybody suffers.
Without the assistance of Winnovate program, I think it would have taken me much longer. I wouldn't have done it in the last 12 months.
Even though Nature Healthcare is a small company, they used design as a key element in realising their business strategy. It gave them independence from suppliers, opened new market possibilities while maintaining existing markets, and it gave them the foundations of a new brand.
A wide range of companies in Carmarthenshire have benefited from the design, develop, support approach to explore the potential of their ideas.
In some cases, an unfavourable market feedback can lead to the conclusion that the idea is not worth investing any further time or resources into, or that the focus of the idea should change to suit the market needs. Just because you may think it's a good idea doesn't mean everyone else does. Those companies that went out and talked to potential customers about their ideas gained a lot of information about the strategic direction of their customers and were able to make informed decisions about the direction of their development at an early stage. The bottom line is that all new products need to be customer driven.
Every project is different, depending on the idea and the capabilities of the company. This model allows expert advice to determine the potential of an idea before committing to production and marketing costs. This approach can be used with a wide range of expertise, and not just industrial design, but graphic design, fashion and textiles design, engineering or material science, to name a few.
If you have a product or idea you wish to develop and would like assistance, you can contact any of the Winnovate partners and sponsors.